Good afternoon, everyone. Brandon here, working on the deer blind in March. There's a reason. We'll get to it. Alright guys, so this is my deer blind you can see here. Really nice. Sure beats, I had a tripod stand before this. Sure beats standing out in the cold. Now you may be wondering, why are you working on this in March? And as you can see there, very big openings. I like it open. I know a lot of people have smaller openings. Problem is, last year I got the biggest bee's nest in there ever. So I was thinking, what can I do this year to fix that? And what I came up with was putting window screen, just stapling some window screen up in those spots where the windows are. Now there's also a problem underneath because my floor is actually just 2x6s, 2x12s, whatever scrap lumber I could get at work, nailed next to each other. And of course, there's gaps in those now too because, you know, lumber shrinks. So I'm going to hopefully have enough to nail some of that underneath too and keep these bees out, at least make it not easy for them. So I'm hoping that this stuff will work good. I just got some window screens, I got my stapler, and I actually got this tape too if I feel, this is supposed to be some all-weather tape, if I feel the need to tape along the bottoms after I staple it. So I'm going to go ahead and climb up here and see if we can get this to work. This is going to be almost impossible to film me doing this by myself with the camera I have. So you can see I got the screen here. You can see I got this big header here I can nail it to. And I'm hoping I can be nailing it all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and try to give that a shot, and I will show you guys the result here. Not trying to win any beauty contests, just trying to keep the bees out. So I'm not using huge staples. I'm just using a T50 5/16 inch. I want to be able to pull them out before hunting season, or here, might want to hunt turkeys even, you know, in the spring here. So if I wanted to remove it pretty quick, don't want super hefty staples that I can't get back out. That's basically all it is. Nailing the screen up, and hopefully it does the job. So I'm gonna go around, cut it here, finish this last little window, and we'll see about doing the underneath as well. So this is pretty typical. Like, hey, this is gonna work great. Oh, we're just a few inches short. So thankfully I did think that would probably happen. So what I'm going to do is just trim it right here and use the new one, and can use that piece underneath, because underneath, you know, you're just filling a few gaps. But so far I think, you know, I think if a bee wanted to get in they could, but it's definitely not going to be easy for them. So a little view of it there. I got to trim off the bottom, but looking good. Hey, that's a win. This piece is actually going to cover up that other window. So, all right. lot of this lumber that I built this with is southern yellow pine. Staples don't like that. Should try using a nail gun in one. It doesn't go well. So I used this tape, and you can see here, I just did it on the top edge of that. Now, that may be a pain to get off come winter. I don't know, but I'd rather fight with a little tape than fight with a huge hive of bees. When I say huge hive, I mean it was like a basketball. And I don't know if I have a picture. If I do, I'll put it up here. Of I put on all these clothes thinking, I'm not getting stung. But thankfully, spray got them. They didn't find me, but you know, you're climbing up the steps and spraying them through the door, hoping they don't get you, because if they come out after you, what are you going to do? I'm going to jump 12 feet and run? It's not going to be a very good landing. So, like I said, I had so many layers of clothes on just to try to get rid of those bees. Don't want to do that this year. When it's time to hunt, I want to be able to come up here, yank these screens down, hopefully, and just roll. Also, should keep the leaves out, so that'll be another nice bonus. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, it's kind of a trial and error thing here. We're still learning and trying new things, and if it works, hopefully, you know, if you got a blind like this, you could do something like that too. Just keep the bugs out. So I'm gonna tape the bottom of the screen, do that window, and then, like I said, we'll go do the bottom. So these are the gaps underneath. You can see I've got some pretty decent sized ones, so I'm hoping to just stick some screen on there, and that hopefully that will keep them from getting in there. Now, I'm not gonna be able to film this while standing on a ladder, so I will quick nail it up there and show you guys what it ends up looking like. These are the screens I got, guys. Just a cheap screen I got on Amazon. I'm actually pretty impressed with them. They seem fairly tough. Show you the progress here. As I like to say, ain't pretty, but it works. So you can see that's going to keep, hopefully, I mean there's a few loose spots on the screen, but hopefully keep them from getting in the really bad spots. And sorry about the sunshine, but it's getting a little late in the evening here. So just got to finish the other two cavities there. And we'll see how it goes this summer. Here you can see, in case you're wondering, stapling over your head with a hammer stapler is very difficult, but that should pretty much do the trick, I would think. Hopefully. There's still a few cracks here and there, but that's the project for today. So thanks for coming along. Doesn't look too bad. I guess, you know, if a bee wanted to make a nest there in the corners, they could. Corners of the windows, but then I could just go inside where I'm protected and spray them from the inside. So I hope it works. I think it's I mean, it's a relatively cheap idea without having to buy plywood right now, which is insane to buy. So this is my little hunting food plot. It never does great, but they do come in for it. And I started building another one over here last year. You can look there, that's the heavy woods where they always come out of. And there's a creek right beyond that little pile of logs there. It's way down there. It's really just a drainage ditch, but it's a decent spot. We see a lot of deer. Not huge deer, but we do see some deer. So I built this, and hopefully this keeps the bees out of it, so next season I can just roll without having to worry about the bees.